it doesn't really matter anymore whether a character in Dokkan quote unquote makes sense or not. It doesn't matter if it happened in the anime. It doesn't matter if it happened in the manga. And this character right here that you're seeing on your screen is the stepping stone to that. I personally believe, I'm not trying to like hype anything up like too crazy because obviously we don't know, but what I want you to understand is that this is Dokkan's, from what I understand, Dokkan's first ever exclusive character, right? Actually, I guess Shallot would be a better example of an exclusive character because the entire character is tied to the game. This is more of an exclusive unit, right? Where two existing characters that don't make sense are joining forces in an actual usable card you can use anywhere in the game, right? So like, it doesn't really matter that this card is tied to the story or not, because I know that I think Trunks is like teaming up with Raditz and doing whatever to fight. Like, it doesn't really matter, and I don't really care. The reason why I say that is because it's Dokkan's story at the end of the day, right? Dokkan could make a scenario where a card like this could happen. There's no way you can sit here and tell me this is impossible after seeing a Z Broly and Trunks character together. Right? Like, maybe this won't ever be a summonable character, even though it definitely should be, in my opinion, because who the heck is not summoning for a character like this, right? But there's no way any argument can be made that Dokkan, in the story mode at least, right? Let's assume for a second that these types of characters are only going to be exclusive to the story. Guess who makes the story? Dokkan. Dokkan can do whatever the heck they want. And they know for a fact. Let's not sit here and pretend like they don't know this would be hype, right? Come on now. So, even if Dokkan wouldn't make a character like this summonable, which, I mean, I don't see why not, but let's just assume they stick it to the story, what's stopping them from making a Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito card from the story, where they have to team up? It doesn't make sense. Neither does this. Okay, and if they do this, what's stopping them from doing this? Super Gogeta, Super Vegito. It can happen, right? There's no way you can say it. Like, come on, this can happen, but this can't. Like, do you understand what I'm getting at? The doors of possibilities are legitimately open, and if Dokkan like actually pursues this line of, I guess, card making, we are in for, I think, a really long lifespan of the game. But of course, it really just depends on how they do it, because if every card they release just ends up becoming a Dokkan custom character or whatever, or Dokkan custom card, then eventually things will get played out, right? But I think for like major celebrations or for very specific times of the year, I mean, a character that like this, where it's just like you're combining two characters that, in other words, wouldn't really make sense, but now it's possible. Like, what about this? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Blue Gogeta would be one of the most insanely hype cards Dokkan could ever release, dude. And it's possible because of this. We also have this Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Blue Goku. 100%. It is 100% a possibility. Like, there is even that's the crazy part about this. Like, Z Broly and Trunks have made every single thing we have thought of as impossible a legitimate possibility now. And if you argue otherwise, I just don't see how you can make that argument, because Dokkan, I don't know why I said Dokkan like that. Dokkan can do whatever they want with the story. They can have a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Blue Goku fight together if they wanted. You can't say they can't, right? I can't say they can't. It's not even about you. It's about we can't control what they do, right? We can't say this is not possible. And what about this, dude? Like, these, of course, are hype characters. These are things that are going to sell super well. But what about units that can actually benefit other categories, like other weak categories? GT Boss is an example of a category that has good units, but doesn't really have, like top tier options all across the board. What's stopping them from doing this? I would personally say Omega, Super 17, and Baby on a card makes more sense than Z Broly and Trunks. And the big thing about Z Broly and Trunks is that Z Broly and Trunks, you know what they are? It's an example of a super and extreme class character. Every option I'm giving you, every possibility I'm giving you, are literally just, you know, characters that are all super class or all extreme class, right? We can do something like this. A Goku and Goku. A Goku Black and a Goku. Doesn't make sense? They fought each other? Oh yeah, well rewatch the movie and tell me if Broly was playing around and he was trying to kill every single person he was fighting, right? Like this, like these two do not get along in any way, shape, or form, right? But I would say Goku and Goku had more chemistry than Broly and Trunks, I'll tell you that. So this makes more sense. This makes, if you had to ask me which character could make more sense as a unit in Dokkan, Goku and Goku Black or Trunks and Broly, everyone would take Goku and Goku Black. But guess what? Trunks and freaking Broly exists. What about for something like Namekians? Instead of a Piccolo absorbing Nail, we actually get a Piccolo and Nail. You know how beneficial something like this would be for the Namekian category? Or let's just say a Piccolo and Kami? Doesn't make sense. Neither does this. I mean, you know, it does make sense. Subscribing to the channel, you know what I'm saying? But this, I mean, the doors are open, dude. Let me know what you really want to see. I mean, another possibility is Vegito Blue and Merge Masu, which people may not even want right now because of the whole future worldwide. I get it, but doesn't change the fact that this is a legitimate possibility. Oh, it doesn't make sense they fought each other? Guess who also fought yeah. And then we also have this. Like, this is a character people have been wanting for a very long time. Like, Cooler and Frieza together. That would be like absolutely sick. They can transform too to full power Frieza and full power Cooler, or whatever you want to call it, final form Cooler, or maybe even Golden Cooler from Heroes, right? And Golden Frieza. That's a legitimate possibility. And saying otherwise just wouldn't make sense because this doesn't make sense. But guess what? It exists. It's in the game, right? This card, I'm telling you right now, this card, I think for the longevity of Dokkan, if they decide to go down this route, maybe one card like this a year, 2 cards max like this a year. If they decide to go down this route, this release right here, I think could be the most influential release in Dokkan, just because of the possibilities. And there's even, I don't want to call them rumors, but they're kind of rumors that Raditz could be a part of this team too. And I think a really powerful point to make, let me actually, what we're gonna do here real quick is we are going to pull up Dokkan, the wiki, and I want to pull up Z Broly because I want to actually show you something that I think you might find very interesting. Let's go to Broly. Where is Broly? I want to see the categories that the Super Saiyan Broly has, the Z Super Saiyan Broly. You're on Super Saiyan, right? You're not on Super Saiyans. That's actually extremely annoying. So the rumor is that this card here doesn't have the Super Saiyans category. So people are speculating that a third character could be a part of this because these are both Super Saiyans. But that actually may not really be true, because this same exact version of Broly just doesn't have the Super Saiyans category. So it just makes it a really weird, like, I don't know, right? I also heard that the potential buff for this guy is you know, the regular summonable, so this could be an LR as well. You know what we should do? Let's pull up Pure Saiyans. Let's go to a random Goku. And then let's go to, it doesn't really matter where we go. Yeah, this is Goku's family. I'm probably doing this a super long way, but it's fine. Let's go to Hybrid Saiyans, if I can actually find Hybrid Saiyans. And then let's go find this Trunks character that should be here. Why? Oh, Trunks isn't a part of Hybrid Saiyans because it's Broly, right? So I guess the team would be joined forces. That makes sense. Yeah, so he actually wasn't on that. Okay, let's go to join forces. Let's go to join forces. Join forces. He should be on the join forces category. Now that, well, would he have it since it's just Trunks? Hold on. What category does this guy have? I don't even know. I can't even think about, I don't know. I just wanted to see his hidden potential spread really. I guess I can pull up Trunks, right? I can just pull up Trunks. I don't know why I did all that. Let's go to Trunks. And let's just see. Trunks. What categories do you? Time travelers. So Broly's a time traveler? Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah. So tell me this can happen. Broly being a time traveler, tell me all of this can happen. Got it, cool. Yeah, no argument can be made. It's silly, dude. So yeah, they don't have the awakening here just yet, but yeah, I mean, dude, this is it's I don't know. The future of Dokkan lays in the hands of whether they decide to pursue this or not. And I know for a fact they know how the community receives this. They know that this could be possible. They know, like, there isn't a single person who works there. Remember, these are, I would assume, at least, I think it's fair to assume that those who work on this game, at least a good portion of them, are fans of Dragon Ball, right? Like, they're not just, we have to stick to what makes sense. Like, they want to see. I'm pretty sure someone there who works there wants to see things like this happen. And I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you think. If this were to be a thing, you know, what kind of card would you want to see? And yeah, again, let's be realistic about it though, you know, like, let's not, again, the point of this video isn't to like hype you up and say that the future of Dokkan is changing forever. Like, this is a completely, utterly new era, and everything we're gonna get from here on out is just custom. Like, I'm not saying all of that, but I think that if Dokkan wants to take this seriously, then we could not enter a new era for Dokkan, but we can be in for like the lifespan of this game, if they handle it correctly, has probably increased, I think, a few years, because like all of this can take place in like 3-4 years, you know, maybe not 3-4 years, but you know, like 2-3 years, I'd say. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg for possibilities. Like, we can literally get and do whatever. We can get a future Gohan and a present, like a future Super Saiyan Gohan and like a Cell Saga Super Saiyan 2 Gohan if you really wanted to. You can get a Beerus and Ultra Ego Vegeta, I guess, when the anime comes back. That's definitely a possibility, right? You can get a Super Saiyan 3 Goku and a Beerus card. That makes sense, right? Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Beerus. I'd definitely take that. A Rage Vegeta and Beerus is definitely a possibility. We can get a Broly and Golden Frieza card for Broly just beating the heck out of Frieza, right? That's definitely a possibility. As we can get Broly and Blue Gogeta in the same card. Like, it doesn't matter, man. And what makes it really interesting is that Join Forces is going to be the team that benefits the most from these types of things, because, like, let's be realistic for 1 second, right? Like, what categories are these two sharing? I guess, like, you know, future and let me see something real quick. Yeah, so depending on who's actually teaming up, you'd have your obvious, like, bloodline categories. So this, of course, would be Wicked Bloodline, or, you know, future Gohan and present Gohan could be, obviously, Goku's family, whatever. But the category that all of these characters are going to have as a baseline is Join Forces. And it's so interesting because Join Forces, if I can go back to the Gohan and Goten character, I guess, yeah, this is it. This is Join Forces. The beautiful thing about this category, I would actually consider it one of the strongest categories in the game. The only issue is cohesion, right? You don't really have characters here that are like putting everything together. The moment we get like a character or two that are supporting Join Forces specifically, or giving all allies like maybe 5% damage reduction for free, or like, you know, 3 key and 40% to stats or whatever, like once we have characters like that, these teams are just going to make that much more sense, because you can pair any Join Forces character with any Join Forces character. Links don't matter if you have a really good support. I know a lot of people say, like, just think about it for 1 second, right? Let's say two characters together that share 0 links, right? Obviously, that character is not going to perform as good as they could have been if those links are fully activated. I understand that. But let's say you have a character like God Goku and God Vegeta next to Tien and Chaozu. Let's say the only link they share is legendary power, which of course is a strong link, but let's just assume that's the only link they share. If you have a floater who's giving 5% damage reduction, 3 ki, and 30% to stats, like, ki all of a sudden just doesn't become an issue, right? Links are great because of attack and defense, but of course ki, right? You want ki to super attack, right? So if you have a character on floating giving you 5 ki to the entire rotation, it doesn't matter if you're linking or not, because all characters can super attack at the end of the day, right? You have 3 ki from one leader, 3 ki from another is 6, plus 5 from the support is 11, and that you just need 1 ki to super attack, and that's not even including these passive skills that are giving you ki for certain things as well. So all of a sudden you have this really cohesive but really weird join forces team, and you know, honestly, it fits the theme, right? If we can have a Broly and Trunks card, it'd be really interesting to have a whole team of, like, you know, the Ginyu Force, and then the Broly trio, and then, like, you know, Future Gohan and Mai, and then the Turles, you know, whatever, the Team Turles, right? And then Goku, and it'd be a really weird team, but if the cohesion works, the cohesion works, right? If every character can super attack and we're one-shotting enemies, it can work, right? Again, it'd be a really wonky team, and specific rotations have to be a thing, obvious, like it's, you're not gonna hop into an event and have an amazing rotation. You're like, again, it's I'm not promoting that type of team building, because you're gonna die more often than not. The point I'm trying to make is that join forces is like one really good, or maybe even 2 really good support characters away from you being able to run kind of like whoever you want, and it could work, right? That's the main issue with join forces. They don't really have many glue, you know, characters that can put the team together. But, you know, join forces is still one of the better categories in the game. Just sheer, you know, value that's here in this category. Just the number of powerful characters that we can actually look at here. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think. UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, you know, definitely a possibility. Everything, anything. If this is possible, so is anything. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.